In this video, we're going to show you how to make an awesome floral wreath with grapevines, a pick, and a bow kit. Alright, so here are the supplies that came in this kit. We have a grapevine wreath, 2 picks, and one of our bow kits. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to add the picks onto the wreath form. So we're going to unwind the pick, open it all up, and for my bow, I know I'm going to need about a 5 to 6 inch gap space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, and I'm going to wrap this around nice and securely. My bow's going to cover this. And then right behind the first flower, I'm going to add some glue. And just glue it directly onto the grapevine wreath. Careful not to burn your fingers. And then let's see. So these will fan out, and every pick is different, but kind of space it out. And I'm going to add some more glue behind the top half so it doesn't flop. Let it dry. And we're going to do the same exact thing for the second one. We're just going to put it on the other side. Add a little bit more glue. Okay, so for this second pick, add it on and wrap it around. And if you're using a pick that has like a short stem, you can just put glue directly on the edge of the stem and just poke it down into the grapevine. These ones were nice because they had the longer stem. Takes a second to let it dry. And we'll add some more to the top half and spread it all out. I'm going to add more glue. I'm just going to hold it for a second so it dries really good, because this one is kind of hard. Now you can make this style of wreath with any of our picks, and we have several different bow kits you can choose. You can mix and match, or you can do like a couple picks and a sign. It's just a super easy technique where you can piece together any elements you want to get. Okay, so now that that's dry, we're going to go and make the bow. So all of our bow kits, it comes with 5 ribbons. And I usually lay them out by size because we're going to want to start with the shortest one first. So this one is 3/4 of a yard, then you have 7/8 of a yard, and these 3 ribbons are 1 yard each. And then you'll have a little center. So you'll have bow wire in the kit. You'll want to fold in half so it creates like a little loop here that you're going to use to like slip knot around the center of the bow. All of the bow kits come with written instructions, but this one for the video, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently, and it'll still work with the measurements that we have cut. So we are going to make almost like a cause ribbon shape. Let's see if you can see it. And I want it to be fairly small. So I'm gonna make this part small and have some longer tails. You take the top half of this, you slide it behind the crisscross part, and then you just bunch it. Now we're going to make the second layer and do the same thing again. This one was a little bit longer, so it might have a little bit longer of tails, but I'm going to make the same shape, tuck it, and I'm going to fold it and stack them. And then I'm gonna, when I'm fluffing it, hopefully you can see, I'm gonna stagger it so it's like a green loop here, pink loop here, green loop here, pink loop here. So I'm gonna get that how I want it, and we're gonna take the wire where the loop is. I'm gonna hold that with my finger, and I'm gonna go around the bow with the ends of the wire. Go around, put them through the loop, and pull it tight. And I'm gonna pull the wire so it's coming out the back. So once I have that nice and snug, I'm gonna do just a little single knot. And then we're gonna do the next layer. I'm gonna leave that face down on the table with the knot on top so I can just add the next layer directly onto it and tie. So we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna make that awareness ribbon shape. And at this point, if you try to make your tails as even as possible, it's less that you have to cut and waste at the end. Bunch it. Do the same thing with that next layer. All right, so we're gonna tuck it behind, pinch it. We're gonna stack them. And then before I go to tie it off, I'm gonna kind of pull it to spread the loops out. Okay, so once I have it like that, I'm gonna flip it upside down now like this and just put it directly onto that first layer that we did. And then I'm gonna tie. Probably a double knot because this pink ribbon's kind of stiff. All right, so now for the last layer, we just have this one that's left. Do the same thing again. Bunch it up, and I'm gonna put it right on top of that last layer. Tie a double knot, and then we're gonna take this little center ribbon and we're gonna glue that around all the layers. So I want my wire kind of going out the sides. We're gonna put the center right around there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you take this center ribbon, put it right over all the layers. And if it's kind of fat, you can kind of use your hand to smash it together really good. You want it to be very snug around all the layers so it holds them in place. Okay, so once we do that, you'll have a good amount left over, and we're gonna just snip that. You just need enough to be able to glue each flap down onto the back side. So I usually leave about ½ an inch on there. Put a little bit of glue on this side. And then we'll add glue onto this side. Careful again not to burn yourself. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're gonna add it onto the wreath. I'm gonna cut my tails at the very end. So you have your wreath here. The wire is going out to the side, and we're basically gonna just tie it right directly onto the grapevine. So you're gonna carefully flip it over. The good thing is with wired ribbon, you can always fluff it if it gets a little bit smashed when you're tying. Just gonna do a good double knot. And then I usually just kind of roll it up. Or you can cut the extra wire. It's not gonna show. All right, so I want to kind of fill in any spaces we have. Fan out all of the loops really good. Fluff them all up. And then I'm going to go through and cut the tails. I want to cover that guy. Now for the tails, I'm going to cut them like a dovetail. Sometimes, depending on the size of your bow, you can also like roll the ends under like this. Or you can roll it up and then kind of pull on it so it looks like a curl going down. But for mine, I'm just gonna trim it. That's what those look like. All right, so I'm gonna start with the top layer. I always do a straight cut across first because it would drive me crazy if they weren't even. So just line up your end, fold it in half, and cut at an angle, and that'll get you that look. And then after I get all of these cut, I'm going to fray check all the ends so it doesn't get all stringy at the edges. And we have fray check available on our site if you need to order it. All right. So you just barely squeeze and you just glide it right along the edges. Let me unclog it first. Okay, so you're just gonna barely squeeze, you just dab it on along the edge. I'm gonna cut this one a little bit better. And this will, it dries clear after like a minute, and it'll keep the edges from getting all frayed. This one's double-sided. And then, like I said, we have a ton of cute kits available on our site. You can grab any picks, any bow kit. It's just a super easy wreath to make. Super quick too, didn't take a long time. I'm just gonna add a little bit of like waves to my tails. All right, and here's the finished product. We have tons of options online. Make sure to check us out at designerdiy.shop. Happy crafting!